early, get some K's under the belt. Weather's going to set in today, so it's going to be a bit of a wet drive closer to Coffs. So I've decided that I'm going to drive straight through to home. That's the plan. Let's see how we go, eh? Cheers. Welcome to Dunedoo, just out of Dubbo, not far. Been on the road for probably, I'd say an hour, so it's not too bad. Just going to pull over here and let Amber have a bit of a walk. Catch us later. 6:30 in the morning. It's going to be very overcast and average today, unfortunately. But I'll show you what. There we go. So, yeah, the roads are actually pretty good so far. There's been a few big potholes I've had to manoeuvre around, but nothing like nothing more than what I've had before. So, yeah, should be a bit of a scenic drive today through these country areas. Cheers. So we're coming up to Coolah in New South Wales. So seems to be a little bit bigger town than the last one that I went through, just according to the maps. Nice green grass and trees. Stop here for a coffee. Coolah, home of the black stump. There you go. Home of the black stump. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. I'm in Tamworth, New South Wales. Just pulled in after a fair whack of bad roads. It's actually quite nice to be in a town Definitely gonna have to stop for a coffee. Haven't been around many school zones, so back to reality a little bit from country New South Wales. Quite a hilly town, Tamworth, but yeah, metro area, seems quite nice. Older houses, looks like 70s style. Yeah, I'll check in a bit later. G'day guys, so just left Tamworth not long ago. Tamworth is a big town, it's almost a mini city, it's huge. Right at these foothills as well, this ridge line, which is really nice compared to a lot of the flat terrain that I've been dealing with across the trip. It's nice to have some hills. So, bit of a change up in plans. No longer going to Coffs Harbour. Main reason being I totally forgot it was a weekday. So going through to Mango Hill from Coffs is going to be an absolute nightmare. There's going to be heaps of peak hour traffic through Brisbane City on both sides, and yeah, it's just going to end up being, you know, from Tamworth it's going to be like a 9-hour drive because of the traffic. So I've scrapped that. Instead I'm sticking to my inland route through Armidale and other towns on the way through to Mango Hill, and this would allow me to bypass Brisbane on the left side, on the west side of Brisbane, and basically come around it and then come into Mango Hill from the north of Brisbane. So that's the plan. I think it's a good one, and we'll see how we go. Catch you later. This new route that I'm taking, it's on the New England Highway, and it runs parallel with the coast. Pretty much as the coast bends around as you travel north, so does the New England Highway. So you can jump on maps and have a little follow. It's actually a really good road. There have been some roadworks and a few little bits and pieces like that one, which are a bit bumpy, rough surface. But all in all, it's actually been pretty good. Some of it is dual carriageway. There's a lot of overtaking lanes, which is a godsend compared to before. Like before Tamworth, mate, no overtaking lanes whatsoever. I got stuck behind some slowpoke doing 80 and 100 zone, and it was just a bank up of traffic. Whereas on this section of road, there's heaps of overtaking lanes that I've seen so far. So caravanners, really good thing. Or just like me towing a trailer, you know, makes life a bit easy. The only thing I do say is that going through the mountain range, it overtaking lanes during that, so you can jump into the left lane, let people pass you. Don't be in a rush, because you will easily heat up your gearbox temps and all that type of stuff. If you're towing, highly recommend transmission cooler, especially if you're towing a large van. Luckily, the car I've got's got a factory transmission cooler, but a lot don't. So keep that in mind. Useless Fat 101. There you go. But yeah, all going well. Coming into some clouds now. Yeah, they look a little bit rainy up there, but still yet to see any rain down on the ground. Closer I get to Queensland, the more rain we're going to cop, I reckon. So yeah, we'll see how we go, eh? Cheers. Yeah, guys, so Great Dividing Range. We've been on this for quite a while, on the way to Glen Innes, and we're up around 1,300 metres now, which you can really feel the temperature difference. Like, it's dropped down to 9 degrees and it's 11 AM in the morning. A little bit of light sprinkle of rain, not much at all. But yeah, it's quite interesting being so high. What's it say now? Yeah, still up around 1,300. Hasn't quite cut 1,350 yet, because it goes up in 50 metre increments on my thing. But yeah, still a cruisy run. Roads are really good quality. Hardly any potholes or deviations or anything like that. That's what I'm looking at. So pretty murky and wintry, you could call it. But hey, it's still going pretty good. Catch you later. So just come into Glen Rest Tourist Park area. Now, it's interesting, there was a sign when I was driving in and it said heated cabins. Now, that leads me to believe that it's always bloody cold. It's currently only 11 at 11:44 in the morning. I can't see a scrap of sun. Feels like it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 or 6 o'clock. No doubt in the summer when it's not raining, it's actually a really nice town. But yeah, right now it's a bit miserable. Super strawberry. Interesting. Yeah, so Glen Innes in the Highlands. No doubt it's got a lot of history and whatnot. So yeah, probably worth a look around if you were driving through. Art gallery or something there. Aboriginal and Fine Arts Centre. There you go. All right. Have a little look at the main town as we pass on through. Actually, I might need to find a servo to get some fuel. A little bit of go-go juice, eh? Plenty of little motels and that type of thing along this stretch. Old lady walking in the rain. Who knows what's going on? Alright, cheers guys, have a good one. Hey guys, how are ya? So, I was just thinking, New South Wales, outback New South Wales, what a run it has been, and in the way of old buildings. if you're interested in old architecture, old buildings, do yourself a favour and do this trip through Tamworth and Outback New South Wales along the same route I'm going. I was just in Emmaville, I think it's called, and there was the old Eclipse Theatre there, still with the old flaking dark grey paint coming off the walls, and it's all boarded up, like you can't go in it, but just the old way it's been built, you know, the old building, how it's got the words Eclipse Theatre actually built into the facade, you know, and coming through one of the towns before, I think it was Glen Innes, I was thinking, oh, it's not a big town, but then it really opened up after the fuel stop. And the church there, St. Patrick's Church or something like that, it was bloody amazing. Like the architecture, it was really, really nice. And that's only a small sample of what I've seen so far. You know, so if you're really into it, take the time, stop at some of these towns for a little bit and yeah, have a good look through, take photos. Don't let these towns go by the wayside, you know. Spend a bit of money in the towns. You know, it helps them get along, it helps them stay open. You know, just look at old Route 66 in the US. As soon as they built that new highway through, it's pretty much a ghost town now. And, you know, there are people trying to keep that dream alive. So, yeah, have a good look around. Cheers. Just coming into Aratula. So, not much to see at the moment. Just past a big servo and a pub back there. Every town has a tavern. Multiple service stations so far. I've seen 3 in this one. The theory's right. Every town has multiple service stations over here. Not like WA. So I've got hour 45 left. It's 2:23 over here in Queensland, so I'll get there about 10 past 4. Alright guys, have a good one. Alright, we're just scooting past Willowbank. Now, of you rev heads out there, you might know Willowbank for its motorsport. So, Willowbank, they have circuit racing, Willowbank Speedway, and drag racing as well. So yeah, that was really cool to see that. I've never seen it in the flesh. Yeah. This is Euralia in New South Wales. So we'll see what this little town's like. Only looks like a small one. Here we go, Urala. No, Urala, not Euralia. Urala. 2.15 for diesel. That's pretty good, considering I've been paying up towards 2.30, 2.40, up to 2.90. Altona Motel. Nice new servo. All these little towns have got multiple service stations, you know, like back in WA there'd be one servo in town and that's it. But over here, like, you got 2, 3, 4 servos in the one town. Good competition, I guess, but yeah. This is quite nice. Quaint little town. Yeah. Alright guys. Have a good one. One thing I notice in town, reverse parking. Everyone reverse parking. And it makes sense because on the left hand side the bays are angled opposite to the way it is in WA. Makes it easier to drive out so you're not reversing onto incoming traffic. But much of a muchness really. Alright, that is your Rala. Cheers guys.